Well, I'm here at the club, probably like anyone else. I'm probably here at the club about 40 hours a week. There's a fair bit of work that goes on behind the scenes at home. Typically sort of Monday and Tuesday nights we're up until 12 or 1 o'clock, finishing off the review and preparing for the next week's opponent. And of course you travel on game days as well. So during the footy season it's a 7-day-a-week job for sure. The best coaching box would have to be, at the moment it's Metricon, and also the Wacker is, Subiaco. Subiaco is also a great coaching box as well. Lots of space, big desks, lots of room for your laptop. But looking forward to the Adelaide Oval one too. That one looks really sharp as well. Yeah, the game plan won't change all that much, to be honest. I mean, you have to continually keep ahead of the game and look for new trends and make sure you're ahead of the curve. But my coaching principles won't change too much through my whole coaching career, I don't think. So that'll be win contested ball. That's the focus of our current game plan. Yeah, tackling's been an issue where we've consistently been in the bottom half, or the bottom sort of 2 or 3 when you look at our numbers. It's an area that we do practice a lot though, so we certainly practice it a lot. We've brought in some external help as well, a lot of rugby union and rugby league help. And plus we've got a guy called Warwick Raymond who's an expert in grappling and boxing of all things. But that's just an area we're just going to have to get better at. We can't keep competing with the top sides unless we're a better tackling side. It looks like we'll be pretty active, I think. Normally, you sort of wait for the best deal available, and that's typically the case with the trade period. And we've got to try and get back up higher in the draft, so we'll do our very best to adjust our squad to present us with the best chances of getting better. Obviously, that's going to be a challenge because we're not involved in the first 2 rounds. So. We'll look for every avenue to make our squad better, and that's going to be potentially trading players in and out. At this stage, no. I mean, you look at the data suggests that potentially has a 1% or 2% increase in performance over the sort of 5 to 6 weeks you come back. But in my opinion, I think the money can be spent on different resources, on better resources than, I mean, it costs a fortune to send a whole club overseas and train at altitude. The last 2 years, the top 4 sides haven't trained in altitude, so we play at sea level, we play in the heat, that's where we should train. Yeah, there will be a lot more emphasis on muscular endurance, so a lot more fitness work. I think our boys are structurally strong enough, and now it's a bit about, with the interchange cap coming in too, about being a bit more fitter and able to run games out with less interchange. Oh, lots of things. We would have changed up a lot. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, as they say, but we review every game, we look for opportunities to get better. We still did a lot of things right this season, but at times we had to sort of make adjustments on the run. We lost a lot of our key forwards this year. We had a fair bit of injury through our front half. We still scored pretty consistently, but I guess we'd probably change a few structural things. Our stoppage numbers weren't as hot as what they were last year. We were number 1 across the board, I think, through clearances and stoppages last year, and that number dropped to sort of middle tier. So I guess we'd sort of make a few more sort of adjustments to a few structures and maybe bring Mitch Grigg in earlier. He played pretty well in the back half of the year. Brad Crouch was pretty solid too in the second half of the season, but that's one thing we did do well was promote our younger players, and they certainly didn't let us down. Yeah, Dash has been great with our backs in the last 2 seasons. We're seeing some really exciting young kids coming through, like Smith and Brown and Laird, Sam Shaw. Andy Otten had a great year this year. Hardigan was very good. So yeah, I'd love to get some more Geelong players. I know there's going to be a few retire over the next few years, guys like Enright and Corey, James Adelaide in the next few years will probably retire. So those sort of guys would be great if we could get them here. James Kelly's another one I really like, would be a great coach. But at the same time, I do love my coaching group that I've currently got. They've been fantastic in the last 2 years, and I think we're going to get better and better. Yeah, lots. I mean, 2 very contrasting years. You know, we 17 wins in 2012 in a prelim final. This year, only 10 wins and missed out on the 8. So we learn a lot as a group, and obviously myself personally as well. I've got some great support around me though. I've got some really good coaches, and obviously Stephen Trigg, our CEO, and David Noble and Phil Harper, who run the footy department. But I guess the key is keeping really strong with your principles. Remaining strong with your game plan, and not letting too many of the negative influences externally upset you and force you into making changes. You know, I think it's probably the most important thing I did this year was stick to the task and maintain the strategy that I wanted to play at.